Hello and good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Off the Line Racing. Hope you all enjoyed our short little week break that we've had. We are back today for round 10 here in Jeddah out of 12, so including this one, 3 races to go to see us up. That will see us up to the new F125 game. So all to play for the guys that are still here racing in these last 3 races. Obviously, we are here at Jeddah tonight. Sorry, that was loud. I'm just checking the audio there. Yeah, so we're here at Jeddah tonight, and then the remaining 2 rounds that we have left after that will be Brazil and then Bahrain to finish it. So we'll have a look. Let's get the track map up. Get myself organised and see who the first guy on track is, which it looks to be a Kicks. So it's going to be LRFY. LRFY is, let me have a look. Bear with me. That's NCR Justin. He's said he's on his other account today. So that is Justin, who I believe raced for the first time in round 9. If I'm correct. If not, then it was round 8. I think. So yeah, as he's preparing himself, making his run down now to the start-finish line. Well, the timing line for the qualifying. There's the start-finish line, as they are separate, as we all know. Oh, it looks a little bit too much curb on turn 2. Unsettled the car a little bit. You just got to throw it through this section, the S section, snaky section, S section. Got to just be confident with the walls and sort of try and ignore they're there as much as you can to get as much pace as you can through there. So not the easiest of sections. And then the remainder of this track is pretty much now foot to the floor for the majority. So yeah, it looked to have a little bit of contact with the wall on the exit there. Two more, sorry. Yeah, little tap of the brakes here, and then we've got one more heavy braking zone, and it's a relatively short lap around Jeddah because you're at such a high speed for most of it. And there aren't too many like high braking corners really, other than the first couple of corners. But the first time on the board is going to be a 27.9 from. I'll refer to him as LR because I'm going to confuse myself if I try to keep going back to Justin. So yeah, we'll refer to him as what we can see today. As Red Devil has gone ahead of him with a 27.7. So all the times are starting to roll in now. So we've got quite a bit of traffic in Sector 1. As you can see, we do have ghosting on, for those of you that don't know, so nobody, other than visually impeding, nobody can get in the way of anybody on a lap too much, and then again, anybody on a lap can't gain any kind of slipstream. So the way we do it shows more of what the driver is capable of, and not, maybe somebody who got the lucky slipstream, which I know that's the way it goes in real life, but we like it this way here. Yeah, that's the way it is. Just stops sort of on this game mostly. It stops any of the silly like penalties that the game can give during qualifying when people try getting out of the way or things. I think that's the main cause. So we're just on with Zyros as he's coming to the end. Has he backed out? No, he's going for it. I wasn't sure if he was going into the pit lane there. So taking it really tight, and he goes with a new pole of 27.4. So he knocks 3/10, 2.5, 2.5 to 3/10 off of Red Devil on his first run. There's only 4 left. We've got Beyond Gamer who's on a lap, and then 3 of those 4 remaining still in the pit that haven't put a time down yet. One is on and out, just come out the pits. Wins can go to, it's just come out. But we'll stick with Beyond as he's just come out of Sector 1 into the nice fast banked left-hander. Didn't want to touch too much of the curb there. It is one of those curbs that can unsettle the car if you don't hit it correctly. You saw the light flashing and it's gone back off, so he was just going for that corner. Yeah, it's looking relatively decent lap here from Beyond since we've been on board with him. Coming out of Sector 1, so we'll see where he puts himself. He's 23, 24s now, so I think he's going to go up the 8th, 9th, maybe. Yeah, oh, close. He's gone into the 10th. He's on the 30s, so not the greatest of bank, even though it looked pretty decent from our point of view. Well, from my point of view. Look clean anyway. Wasn't the greatest of times as it is currently 3 seconds slower than, or 2.5 seconds slower than the pole. So, but obviously that's only a banker at the moment, so we'd expect to see everybody, or most at least, have some sort of improvement on their next runs. Have a look at Wins, as he's one of our guys that doesn't have a lap down at the moment as he's coming through Sector 2. Let me just bear with me, sorry guys, just checking the chat that nobody is asking. No, everybody's okay. Yes, we were meant to have 16 tonight, but one guy has been a no-show up to now, but he does have until the end of quali to show his face if he is going to race. So, yeah, just going to have a little look why everybody sorting themselves out with a pond in between, because I can't get it up on the screen for you guys. So just have a little look at the quick update on the stand-ins. So I believe, yeah, we CF10 Cloud, who is racing at the moment, who he's on his first fast lap by the looks of it. He's our first AM1 champion. I think that was confirmed last race. So go from behind him in second place at the moment is Red Devil on 82 points, and then we've got Not Zyros in third in the Drivers' Championship on 81. So only a point between those two. And then I'll give you the top five. Fourth is Supply Raptor with 72 points at the moment, and then fifth is Konami, who I don't think he's a reserve, is on 52 points. So that's the top five for now. So do want to keep an eye on here, as we've seen Cloud has just gone top with the 27.2. So times are now coming down a bit. As you can see, 2 people in the 27.4s. How many is the top five? We've got 5 currently in the 27s. So yeah, on those standings in the Drivers' Championship, it's tight between second, third, fourth, and fifth, up to fifth. Really tight between those guys fighting at the front. So yeah, all to play for those in these last few races that we have. Some nice tracks as well, personally, for me. Jeddah tonight is not one of my best, but I do like Brazil, and I have a soft spot for Bahrain as well. So yeah, hopefully over these next couple of races we have a good, what's the word I'm looking for? Mine's going blank. Just like a good end to this season, really. Like finish this game cycle on a high note. That's what I was thinking of, on a high note. You know, have some good racing, nice tracks for it, like Brazil. Well, all 3 of these tracks are pretty decent tracks for overtaking, so hopefully plenty of action to come from these guys. Coming into these final 5 minutes now, so the people that are in the pit, I would imagine, will be waiting to a little bit closer to the end to then go out and start getting themselves ready for their final runs. We've got Supply Raptor, who still hasn't put a time on the board yet, but this guy does like a start at the back challenge, and to see it. He likes to start at the back and see how far he can get. He is a very capable driver, so yeah, that's just one thing he likes to do. So we may not see a lap from him, or we might at the very end. It's one of those with Supply, you might get a lap, you might not. But I've just seen Red Devil is just behind Cloud. He's on his in lap. He's only 600ths. Is that, yeah? Come on, maths isn't mathsing. Apologies. It's 20 past 2 in the morning here in the UK. So the brain is starting to slow down a little bit. But hopefully in a minute it will soon be woke back up with plenty of things going on and plenty of racing action to see. I don't think anybody's on a hot of these 3. Oh, Llama, Raisin Ballet. Lap maybe coming here from Ted. Yeah, he does get a slight improvement, puts himself ahead of Laser up to 9th. That's not Ted, sorry, that's MYTY, I think. There's another one that's... He's not on a different account, it does say MYTY, it's just how it's displaying for me in race. But it does say his actual name when I search for him in the lobby, so... That's, yeah, that tidbit is NYTY for those that don't know. He has raced here quite a few times now. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody else why I'm looking at them that's not on their actual name, as Edge is just retired. Looks like Edge might have dropped it coming out of Sector 2. I think that's where I just saw his car despawn from. Yeah, so as we're going into the final 2 minutes, I'd expect to see, as we can now on the map, everybody start making their way down the pit lane to get out and make their preparations for their final run, because it's a minute and a half on a hot lap, so yeah, anything less than 2 minutes is where you're going to start cutting it fine for any sort of proper preparation, and more be gun it to the line to get there in time. So as we can see, outlap against everybody, but I think LRFY is just, oh yeah, might, yeah, he's second down on his time now. Yeah, it didn't look like it was a nice exit. It caught too much of the skateboard curb, we'll call it. Who's ahead of these guys? I think Beyond. No. Is it going to be Ty? It's going to be Ty Clear, who's going to be our first guy then to put a final lap time on the board for us. So yeah, we'll stay on board with Ty a second, and then it'll be Beyond Gamer that comes in shortly after him. So just see if Ty has any improvement through Sector 2. He has got a 7/10 improvement. Ty here, he's on a major improvement compared to his last lap, and he overway. See how much he gains through this final sector. Beyond is right behind him, coming down that last straight. He's just going around the corner now. We might even see him come into shot behind him. There he is. But Ty does improve slightly. 29.3, puts himself to 12. Beyond comes in behind, doesn't improve much. Or is he starting his lap? No, he was on a lap, wasn't he? Beyond, so yeah, that would be Beyond's qualifying with 24.4. So we've got Aston Martin. Everybody's sort of in a little cluster behind. Who's that's dropped? I think that's Llama that's dropped it there. I can't get on to him. Apologies for all the flicking, guys. There we go. We're on board with Wins as he's going to make his final run down to the line. Oh, no. He's wasn't improving on that lap, so Red Devil does be the only man at the moment to break into the 26. 26s. He's just gone pole with a 26.986. And I think that is going to be the pole, as everyone else has finished yet, or they're in the pits. So Red Devil snatching it at the very end there from Cloud. The only man to break into the 26s. Almost 3/10. Quicker than Cloud, so massive improvement for Red Devil. He'll be happy with that one, I'm sure, because as I was saying before, Cloud is our champion, AM1 champion, and he is very quick, so yeah, I bet that's taken Red Devil by surprise. As Red Devil is also, you know, I'm not saying Red Devil isn't quick, but at all. But no, just the fact he's got pole, I bet. Yeah. And the only guy to get into the 26.9, so 26s. Make sure I can get all of you. Yeah, so a great lap there from Red Devil. Apologies, I was just getting the grid for the lobby reset. A great lap there from Red Devil, and the only man not to put a time, as I saw at the end, then was Supply Raptor. So it does. I think he is going for his normal start from the back and see where he gets. Yeah, so hopefully everybody retires from this race nice and quickly, so we can get the race in action back underway here in OTLR after our break. Nice and quick, and not have everybody waiting around too long. Alpine upside down. Oh, are we gonna get not quite airborne? No. Alright, so there's just one more. Nice. Lovely jubbly. Yeah, so anybody that doesn't know, we do a lobby reset, so that's why everybody you've just seen that carnage of people retiring. Don't worry, it's not everybody all just deciding to not be wanting to do it in the end. It is normal. We'll go back into the lobby now, and that's why I was a little bit quiet there. So, apologies for that. I was getting the grid from that qualifying. We'll go back into the lobby now. I'll set the grid accordingly. I don't think there are any penalties for me to apply this week or anything. So where everybody qualified is where everybody will start. Yeah, no penalties this week, so that's nice to hear. So yeah, where people qualified is where they will start the race. So I'll get them back into their position, nice and quick. Obviously turn that ghosting back off for the actual race, and turn qualifying off because we don't need to see that again, and then we can get underway. So first of all, we shall turn qualifying off. Right, so that is the grid set. Let's turn ghosting off. Yep, and that's everything. Ghosting off, grid set, qualifying off. Beautiful. Just wait for everybody to ready up, and then we'll go back in. Hopefully they all remember their setups, and yeah, then we can get this race in action going. So I've just given everybody a minute or two, so they can all have, like, nobody readies up hopefully straight away, and they have time to get their setups back on, sort their strategies out, and everything ready for this race. So yeah, hopefully nobody readies up until another minute passes at least. Yeah, so Red Devil's going to be the one to take us away on the first race at Jeddah here, not first race in the league, but first race here for AM1 in Jeddah, and first race of Jeddah this week for OTLR. Our other two tiers, EU1 and EU2, will be racing Wednesday at 7 p.m. UK time currently, but that will be changing for season 4. So yeah, a few changes as you not expect changes, but a couple of changes coming with the new game. But yeah, with that, I can hear the beeping, so we will go trackside. The lights are on. And we are underway for Jeddah here in off-the-line racing as Red Devil looks to have a good start. Has himself completely ahead into turn 1. TF10 Cloud under pressure immediately from LRFY. two Kicks Albers, obviously they managed to get together, as we've had a yellow flag that is going to be Tidbit, which is NYTY. Also had I can't see anyone else with any damage to say if he's had a coming together with somebody. But he's definitely had a moment with the wall by the looks of it. Coming through Sector 1, which has brought out a safety car here on lap 1. But Red Devil got a great start. He was like clearly ahead into turn 1, and Cloud was immediately under pressure from LRFY. So hopefully, with the bunch still being close, with this being lap 1, obviously they get behind the safety car, run the standard safety car laps, and then it doesn't hang about too long, and we can get back going. As it does, I'm seeing a lot of yellow stripes on the sidewalls of these people's tyres. I can't say I've seen any red or white that I've noticed yet, so it looks like everybody has started on the medium, so I wouldn't expect to see anybody go in. Maybe if anybody was on the softs, they might have taken this opportunity to kill an early pit stop, as we've got a couple of guys in. I wonder if that's for, damage, or it's medium for medium on supply, and he is changing his wings, so I'm wondering if NYTY has maybe had a coming together with supply. That's just a guess. Yeah, so we had the 3 guys at the back that did stop: Llama, Beyond, and Supply. And I'd imagine they've all stuck, as we've seen one with mediums, but I'd imagine the other 2 have gone with the hard tyres. Put lap data on. Yeah, as the possible race strategies there come up on the screen, so it does say there's a 2-stop, and from what I'm aware of, the 2-stop usually doesn't work on this game. I might be wrong on this track. There could be the odd track or 2 that it does, but without things like this, without a safety car, usually most races are 1-stoppers. And as we've seen, that most were on the mediums, so I don't think anybody is opting for that 2-stoppers, but 2-stop. But we'll never know, because these hards that these guys have stuck on at the back are going to be, I'd imagine, pretty rough by the end of the race. We've got Laser in the chat asking what just happened. I have just as much of an idea as you, Laser. We didn't see what happened, because we were watching the 3 guys at the front, and it was sort of like more towards the middle, where the incident came from, so we didn't quite catch what happened, but yeah, definitely not what Tidbit would have been wanting, not what anyone would have wanted, to crash out in the first sector of lap 1, but it happens sometimes. It's Formula 1 racing. You know, you're constantly pushing the limit, you know, your own limit as well as the limit of the car. So hopefully at the end of this lap, this safety car will come in. So I believe this is now the second one. Yeah, this is the second one behind it, so there he's got both the kicks. The two teammates there in a good position to work together this race, possibly, and capitalize on that, on the cars ahead. They're together there in third and fourth with very good position. I don't know if these guys are in a chat with each other, a VC or anything, but we've just had the call for the safety car going in, so Red Devil's going to be the one that takes us back under racing conditions, as we can just see the safety cars going in the pit there, and Red Devil's going to be one to set the pace. As everybody's can't see them, and we can just see them coming down the side of the timing board there. The timing board's lovely camera shot there, where half of it is behind the timing board. So yeah, we can see them all now. So let's see when Red Devil gets his foot down. See if he can catch anyone out. As he's dropped the hammer now and he's gone. Looked like Cloud was alert enough and he was ready for it. He's right on his tail. Nobody got caught off by his launch, but we have got positions changing in the middle pack going through turns 1 and 2. But it looks to be a good getaway for Red Devil again. Both these kicks very close to each other. I don't know if we're going to see LR. He looks eager to get past Zyro. Obviously, they won't have DRS this lap. So if he does go for it, it'll all be down to battery power, as we can now see Cloud right on the diffuser of Red Devil here coming through sector 2. It looks to be a more tame restart on the after the safety car. Everybody seems to be a little bit more settled, as we've just seen Llama get ahead of Edge. We should see there it is. The DRS has been re-enabled this lap, and it is so strong around here. Yes, so I expect to see plenty of position swaps between these guys at the front, as we're seeing one between Wins and MJ as they are side by side on the run down to turn 4. MJ slots in behind Wins. Don't really want to be side by side going through turn 4, so there was smart thinking there from MJ just to slot himself back in behind there and live to fight another lap. Back on board with these guys at the front. Nobody's really broken away. It's a tight train here, still between everybody. You can see Supply is making his way up into 9th. Red Devil's managing to keep the lead so far. Cloud gonna have a second help in the DRS down this straight. We'll see if he's gonna go for it. Right on the back now, he pulls out. Yeah, he's going to go for it. We can see both the kicks. Also side by side right behind. Red Devil, I think, as he kept it, is so tight between these two. Yeah, the last little help in the DRS there seals it, and Red Devil loses out 3 positions due to that, because he was just a sit and duck down that start finish straight there, as he didn't have the DRS and everybody was so tightly behind him. He didn't have any kind of space or time to put a fight on up into turn one this time round. So TF10 Cloud is going to be our new race leader here on lap 6. And Red Devil is now splitting them kicks apart. So yeah, nice little bit of battling between these guys there. So we've got the kick now getting right up behind TF Cloud of not Zyro. Zyro should have, I would imagine, look to make the move. He doesn't this time. He's going to wait and probably go for it down the start straight here. The rear wing is open, and there he goes. He pulls out, gets a move done way before turn 1, and can just attack the corners how he wanted to. There is he didn't have to worry about being side by side with Cloud, so yeah, managed to get himself past the apologies. The DRS is so strong with this being a track where you're on the throttle, full throttle for so much, and then there's three DRS zones. The first one sort of like closes your gap. The second one you might make the move down, but then you make yourself vulnerable on the third one. So yeah, it's a difficult one with DRS to manage, definitely for defending against anyway. But Zyros has picked up a penalty at the moment, as we're seeing. It's just seeing a little tank slap there as he came through out of turn 2, and we've got a 4-1. That was Cloud, was it, or was that a desync? I'm not sure what's going on there. What did I just see? Cloud is ghosted inside them still. I'm not sure if that was a bit of a desync there, or it was strange. We just saw two cars come together, but Cloud, who was one of those cars, there's damage on his car, but he's sort of like stayed inside them, so not quite sure exactly what happened there, but no doubt the stewards will soon find out, or we'll find out in the chat afterwards. But that's definitely going to hurt Cloud. As you can see, the damage on the right side of his wing, he's pretty much got no right wing, barely anything there, just one, the main slat at the bottom. So that's allowing the two kicks now to get a gap, some sort of gap going, but Cloud is still in that DRS as he's now losing out to Pucks. I think the other car, it was Red Devil that Cloud had that contact with. It looks like Red Devil stopped for a wing and a fresh pair of boots. So yeah, unfortunate between those two there. Not quite sure why, whether it was just one of those racing incidents where it's just how tight those guys were, and we know how the contact model can be on this game. Maybe there was just a slight wheel touch and they just stuck together, as that can quite easily happen, and that's what it looked like. But that's just a guess there. Be interesting to find out. But yeah, these kicks haven't managed to break the DRS to the car behind, but obviously it was Cloud who has now stopped, but Pucks is still there hanging in 8 tenths behind. Got people picking up penalties now as these track limit warnings start coming in. Let's have a little... so we got Zyro in second, Windscoated in fourth, and Supply Raptor who's currently in sixth, all with 3 seconds. Laser with 6 seconds, and then Ted who's with 3 seconds. So we're seeing a couple of people in the pits. Here on lap 10, 15 laps to go. Got the soft. No, that's going off. Let's see where he is. Ty Clear started on the softs, okay? Or did he? I'm not sure. I thought everybody was on the mediums. I don't remember seeing any red tyres at the start. So both these guys at the front are both on the same tyres, so I wonder who's going to make the call first when it comes to the time and stop. As I would imagine it would be whoever is the car behind, but we don't know if these guys are in communication with each other or if it's just a matter of they hope they're on the same page. As we do see Zyros is going to be the first one to come in, and FY is going to carry on. So I think everybody now, yeah, is starting to make their stops. So I was going to say there's quite a big gap now between Llama and Edge in third, between second and third, and that's because everybody's now starting to make their stops. So I'd imagine we'd see the current race leader stop this lap or the next. And the same with Llama. No, Llama's on the hards. I am confused with these tyre strategies now. Like after that safety car and then the couple of incidents. Yeah, Llama has stopped. Also, Llama's in a very good spot here. If those hards hold on for him from now to the end of the race, that is, because if I'm remembering correctly, it's coming back to me now. He was one of those first guys that stopped during the safety car and put those hards on. So yeah, we do see LRFY coming on this lap. So see. Obviously, he was with his teammate, so he should pretty much come out with his teammate again. As we've just seen his teammate go by with Beyond Gamer right behind, and then LR's now going to slot in behind them. Yep. So we've got a little battle going on between these three now, of Zyro, Beyond, and LRFY. And then you've got Llama, who's way out there at the moment as it stands. In first, 14-second gap to second place. Oh, apologies. 14-second gap to second place. Yeah, so we'll go back to Zyros and Beyond at the moment, as this is where the closest battle near the front is going on. see LR go for the move on Beyond Gamer. Wasn't expecting to see him pass there, but he's got it done and he's going. He is gone. LR is really putting his foot down. So yeah, with Zyros having that 3 seconds, see that's gonna hurt at the moment quite dramatically come the end of the race with how close everyone is behind. It's that 3 seconds, he's looking to lose, what, down to wins? Yeah, pretty, well, a half second. Yeah, around that mark, because we've just seen Edge. Tyre. Which brought out another safety car here on lap 13 in Jeddah. So just past the halfway mark, and that's gonna really shake things up now, as we've just seen all those people going in, making their stops. What are they gonna do now? Are they gonna stay out for track position with the tyres being fresh, or depending on what tyre they're on, I'd say the hard guys mostly, are they going to look to possibly swap to a softer tyre? We'll have around 9 racing laps after this safety car. So it'd be interesting to see who doesn't stop here on this safety car, and it will close that gap as well between the Kicks and Llama, as Llama is coming out the pits, so he has taken the opportunity to get off of those old hards. He's had them on since lap 2 technically, so they were 11, 12 lap old hards, and he's now put the mediums on. So that has kind of helped, but not helped Llama, I would say, because if his tyres were going to hold on, he had a pretty nice lead, and the cars behind would have had some catching up to do. But if his tyres weren't going to hold on, and and the hards were struggling, then this has helped him out. So it's one of those, you can't say whether Llama is he happy with it or not, or is he sort of thinking, well, either way, I would have either had that lead, and then when the tyres fell off, they would have had some catching up to do it. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be too disappointed, is the point I'm getting at. I think he hasn't lost too much out. You know, he's still got the track position. He's now got a fresh set of boots on, but he's just got 2 very hungry Kicks Albers behind him that will be wanting to put him under pressure straight away, I would imagine. And Supply Raptor, as I said, he's that man that likes to start the back and see how far he can get. He's also there in 4th, ready to disturb the party. So yeah, I think we've got a fight on here for the remaining 9-10 laps between, well, I mean, it could be anyone's, but if I was to put my finger on it, I would say between 6th to 1st. It's anyone's without the penalties. On track, it's anybody's. Between 1st to 6th, I think. Unless, you know, who knows, it's racing, anything can happen. But just looking at who's there, I mean, Supply Raptor very quick, Cloud champion, Llama, he's quick, everybody's pretty, you know, got some really good pace in this tier. So it's sort of tough to really like put a definite on it. Well, there's never a definite, but you know what I mean. Like it's hard to put your like. There's no standout like, oh yeah, you know, that guy is gonna finish the race 20 seconds ahead of it. It's nothing like that. It's tight. It is tight between these guys. So hopefully we get the call in a minute for this safety car to go in, and we get a 9-lap sprint race to the end. As I'd imagine, everybody's looking to go to the end now. Nobody would want to be stopping between now and the end. So it's kind of like a sprint race, you know. No stops need to be made. Restart the race and foot down from now to the end. We have had that call. You can see the Kicksaubers. The Kicksauber of LRFY aggressively trying to keep the heat in them hards, as the hards are very hard to keep temperature in behind the safety car. The safety car is now back in the pit lane, so we shall see where Llama decides to drop it over Red Devil earlier on in the race. And he's gone early. He's gone straight out the final corner. So nice early get away from Llama, but he's immediately under pressure from Zyro, who looked to have a little peak on the inside there, but didn't have enough, so settled to stay behind Llama for now. Llama is on them fresher mediums, but Zyro's hards, they're only a couple of laps older, so I would come the end of the race, them hards could be favourable over the mediums. We shall see. As Ted is has picked up another. I think that's another one for him. His second lot of penalties. Yeah, that's Ted on 6 seconds. That's his second second penalty. But good start from Llama. As you can see, he's almost got a second. He has now. But yeah, no DRS this lap, and he's managed to. Oh, yeah, he's just gonna. Don't know if I was gonna eat my own words then. I think yeah, he's managed to keep Zyros just out of that 1 second mark. Obviously, Zyros wouldn't have it down this straight anyway, but I just wanted to see how close it was on that detection point. Like, we're coming to the end of that straight. But yeah, he's got himself out of the threat of DRS from the 2 kicks behind at the moment. So we'll see just how much of a gap he can put to those guys behind. We'll go on board with them, as LR is right behind his teammate. Beyond Gamer picking up, I think that's his first. Penalty. Yeah. 2 seconds now on between Llama and Zyros, as the penalties are now rolling in. Is, like I say, even though there's walls that like this corner that we've just seen the cars go around, you're throwing it around, it's very easy to just the car just to drift out that little bit too much and exceed the limits, as we're seeing all the limit penalties coming in now. yeah, it's one of those. There aren't many places you can exceed the limits because of the walls, but the places that you can exceed them, it's easily done. Especially when you're like doing any kind of side-by-side battling with another car. But it's still a healthy 2 seconds. Apologies, my voice is coming through game chat. Anybody that can hear me in the game, if you have heard me, shout at Xbox and tell them not to kick me out the party. Right, back to it. Yeah, apologies for that. I just had to put myself back in an Xbox party so everybody in game doesn't hear me. Because I'm in an Xbox party on my own, after a certain amount of time, it thinks like you're, it kicks you out. If there's no one else in there. But these two kicks have been practically, you might as well have put a tow rope on them. They've been that close to each other for this, other than when they made their stops, obviously. They've been that close to each other this whole race. You may as well have stuck a rope on them. But Llama is just on them healthier, younger, healthier mediums is just pulling away, as we see a little squabble going on now between Cloud, LR and Zyros, as Cloud has managed to get the move done on LR into turn 4. I think that was a little tap of the wall there for LR, as we see the real MJ retire. Not sure where that is. Oh, it looks like his wheels off the. It looks like he's possibly dropped it there around turn 4 and come off the wall, which has brought out a VSC. So that will neutralize the racing for now. It will slow everybody down to the delta, but it doesn't look. No, I can't see it on the track. Sometimes it'll tell you VSC, but it's actually a safety. So. The safety's not on the track, so it is a VSC. So hopefully not too long. But Llama is on another level at the moment. He is, like I say, even before that safety car, he was on 10, 11 lap old hards, but he had a healthy lead to the car behind. Like they would have had some catching up to do. So. Llama has been putting the pace down from what it appears the whole race. We'll go back to the guys behind us. This is where the bunch is. We can see Cloud making a move on Zyros now into turn 1. He gets the move done going around turn 2. Well, in turns 1 and 2. So that's Cloud back up into second place, and he'll be looking to hunt down Llama, our current champion, first American champion here in OTLR is showing why, because even though he's had a couple of things that haven't gone his way, he's got himself right back up there, and he's made light work over them 2 laps there, or that lap mainly. He made light work of both of them kicks. Yeah, he's really showing the pace, and he's already taken a couple of attempts off of Llama, and Llama was pulling away from these guys. So the kicks could use Cloud to their advantage if they can stay with him and have him drag them along, as they are all on the same tyre, these 3. And but they can use him possibly to catch back up to Llama as Llama went on those mediums. And as I was saying, I did think possibly that the hards would favour over them towards the end, but it wouldn't be too much because they were fresh mediums. Look how close the front wing was for Zyro to Cloud there. It was almost pushing Cloud through turn 2. These penalties are all racking up now. Yeah, look, Zyros was almost pushing Cloud turn 2. It was very close with the front wing. As we can see, Llama there, the gap is now back down to 2 seconds, now under 2 seconds. Just looking at this, have a quick look at this mid pack. Quick, got Laser, Red Devil, and Beyond. Yeah, Beyond, Laser, and then Red Devil, quite close to each other. Obviously, Red Devil had that unfortunate coming together, what it looked like with Cloud. As we can see, Zyro's now taking Cloud on that DRS zone into the final corner. As we're in the last 5 laps going into the last 4. 3, 22, 23, 24, 25. No, last 4. Come on. I will make my point again. It is 3:15. Allow the dodgy maths. It's 3:15 in the morning. But no, they almost got the DRS back on Llama. Llama is probably, as we see Llama go a little bit wide there on coming out of the S section. S's. Snaky section, S section. I really need to learn names of tracks and not go by turn numbers. I'm going to make that my goal on 25. Pay more attention to corner names instead of corner numbers. Or like, you know, names of sections and stuff. Like obviously you've got the S section of Mexico and, you know, things like that. You need to learn the names. It's more on these newer tracks. Obviously, like classic tracks, I'm a bit better with. As we can see, these, I thought they were going to go 3 wide there, but we got to have Cloud and Zyro. Zyro gets himself in front of Cloud. I thought we may have looked like it was setting up to be a possible little like 3 wide there. Getting myself, getting ahead of myself, getting excited. As we see a little bit of contact between Llama and Zyro, and Cloud was, see Cloud preparing himself. He was seeing what was happening ahead. As he looks to make the move around the inside of Llama, and they're still side by side. No, he's managed to get ahead. So Llama now struggling on those, looks like he's starting to struggle on those mediums, and he does have left damage to the left side of his wing. So that puts Zyro's at the moment on track, our current leader, but he does have that, I think it's 3-second time penalty as it stands. Yeah, it's 3 seconds as it stands, so it's net P3 with the penalty. Possibly, because there's quite a few cars quite close behind. Yeah, he could. It's going to be a big shuffle around. I know that come the end of the race with penalties. A little bit squirrely there from Cloud, and took a little bit too much curb. Very close to the wall. That's what I was saying. So I have to try and ignore that they're there, but not ignore them too much that you go into them. But if you pay too much attention to them, you'll be scared of it. Like, not scared, but you won't be as quick as you can be. Say, I know that myself, because this is one track that I do not have the confidence of throwing it in the corners through the first sector. Got a yellow flag, that's wins in sector 3. Yeah, looks like he's dropped it there, coming out of sector 2 into 3. Can't get on board with him. Wish they would let you be on board with the car until the car at least despawns. As we're going to see Cloud make an early move down the start-finish straight to take the lead into the final lap here in Jeddah. So it's all to play for. As we see Llama pick up a 3-second time penalty. It's all to play for now in this final lap between these guys at the front. The kicks have led, like they've run a good race really together. They've been together the whole time. They didn't jeopardize one another or anything with pit stop. They haven't battled each other or done anything to sort of compromise each other too much. So yeah, both the Saubers having a very good race today. You can see Zyro's right on the tail of Cloud now as we get into the DRS zone. Is he going to pass? No, he's going to wait for the... These two have taken off from the guys behind, so it is a battle between first and second, and then a battle between third and fourth here in the final lap as Supply Raptor gets himself up into third. And then these two are now side by side going around the final corner. We've got still side by side on the run down to the start. Finish straight. It's going to be a photo finish. Who gets it? I want to see who gets it without the penalty. Come on, show me the times. Oh, we're not going to see it yet, are we? Because... Oh, wow. But Clouds takes the win in the end. Even though he had that coming together and dropped back, he still managed to pull out the win. What a finish there between those guys. They were literally, from the view that we had, it looked pretty much identical. That was crazy run down. I thought with the DRS that maybe someone would have got ahead a little bit more, but no. And Supply driver of the day, pretty much deserved where he's got to. Like I say, he started from the back. He likes to do that. Yeah, Zyro's, what was he? 2.981, so yeah, Cloud did have it, or no, Zyro's did. On track. Yeah, so that concludes Jeddah here in AM1. Cloud taking the win. And then LRFY coming in second, Zyro's in third, Supply Raptor fourth, and then Red Devil finishing it off in fifth. Managed to get himself back up to fifth in the end, as he was the other one that had that little that unfortunate moment with Cloud. So they both got themselves back up there in positions. As we've just had a lobby bug at the most perfect time because the race has finished. and I have the results. So fear not. Everything is good. I have the results of the race, and we shall. I can't quit this one until it starts yet, but yeah, at least it didn't do that before, and we had to do a complete lobby reset. At least that's done that now after the race. So yeah, I won't bore you guys too long. I am very tired myself tonight. It's almost 25 past 3 in the morning, so yeah, you'll have to bear with me tonight. I am feeling it. But no, other than that, great race. With plenty of action, like plenty of overtakes happening. The front, it was really tight at the front for pretty much the whole race. I mean, the safety cars sort of helped that, especially the second one with closing that gap to, was it Lama who had the 14, 15 second lead, but his hards would have been struggling, I'd imagine, quite a lot by the end. So yeah, I've got the results and everything. So yeah, that would be us for round 10. So two more rounds remaining now for this American tier. Brazil next week, and then it will be Bahrain to finish us off. Yes, Bahrain. So um, yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday for EU, the EU tiers at 7 p.m. UK time. So join us there, and yeah, we'll see you next time.